Hello everyone. Martial attitude. Something that I've been working on for a decade. As you well know, one of the products of martial attitude is Kimopolo. It's so much a product that it might be the whole thing. Kimopolo. And Kimopolo creation has taken now about 3 years, and has been an idea, has been developed, has been crowdfunded, has been created, has been distributed, has been a success for more than 150 people all over the world. As a product itself, though, we are still missing few rings in the chain to have a feasible business model. And recently, increasingly, I really felt overwhelmed with all the time and the pressure of life, really, and the efforts in order to keep this creation of mine alive without lying to you, without lying to me, to myself. So, as a consequence of this, yesterday I created a post, and I did have several reactions to it, because I stated that I am shutting down. I wanted to say that I really need to rethink my strategies. Not really even my priorities, but just my strategies. Because I remember very well 4 years ago when I first made an attempt to have Zen. There was Brexit. Then you know, I was the only one guy with a big lost in translation, trying to understand how a crowdfunding could work in the middle of plain European confusion. Then I have been working hard to create what happened to be a successful crowdfunding for Kimopolo Hong Kong, and that took me really so much energy that I started to understand what the influencers, what the Instagram people are talking about when they are talking about that they are working. Networking and social media is really hard job. And I was so strained that after, instead of keeping up with one story per day telling the aftermath of the crowdfunding, I couldn't handle it really, and I couldn't even touch a phone for roughly 2 weeks. And I ended up recovering, but yet changing my strategies. And once again, 1 year after, precisely 1 year after delivering Kimopolo, which was delivered 1 year ago, I have to rethink my strategy to save my person, my family, to rebalance the equation of my daily life and what priorities are. And not because I don't believe in what I do, but just because I do believe in what I do, I need to prioritize better. Not to prioritize at all. I need to do it better. Because as far as the story goes, I am still alone. Alone meaning that there is a team with me of crafters like Cristina, Federico, Daniele, and some of them unfortunately left because they shut down. So like Botonificio Bicego, unfortunately, is not anymore part of Kimopolo adventure. So, for instance, the buttons, as I told you just before Christmas, they're gone. We will need to search some more. And so Daniele perhaps is retiring. So we will need a new manufacturing. So there are, of course, challenges. But the big challenge in creating the top Kimopolo is that I need, in order to manufacture it, minimum order quantities. I cannot just do 1, 2, 3 at a time, or better said, I can do them, but at such a cost that I wouldn't know what kind of price should I put it for the marketplace, which even if was possible, it wouldn't be something that I would like to do at all. So to speak, I don't want to create a product that costs £500 when it could cost 60 or 70 or 150 according to what is your positioning on the marketplace. And even then, of course, there is kind of a power behind the mechanisms of advertising, for instance, which is none so far. And is none because there is no distribution. So I am failing as I try to post, to talk about, to discuss in the last months, because I know what I need in order to succeed, and I know that I am failing to have what I need in order to succeed. So I started to believe more and more strongly, so that it is not sane to keep on having an idea that Kimopolo is existing when actually it is work in progress. This is the communication. Kimopolo is not over, is work in progress. And in order to make it work out properly, correctly, the whole process has to be discussed again, pretty much from scratch. And from scratch, I know Sabine will love this, but from scratch means that I have been working for more than 2 years now with my side project called MI Vision, or Martial Attitude Vision, which involves breaking down discipline and techniques of Kung Fu in order to apply some of them to a very particular cluster of people, which are visually impaired and blind people. I have trained with an incredible person, which is Peter Sands. I invite you to look through my YouTube channel to discover the interview that I did have with him back in time. And I am developing the system from there and from then. And I am taking step forward in order to make it better, to understand better, to learn more, to be more able to have more information and to have more knowledge in order to progress in this, which I believe is an important project. It does have a deep social impact, and it is absolutely related to my love for martial arts, and with my great respect, knowing that I might not be a proficient practitioner, but I am deeply in love with the disciplines themselves and with the biomechanics of them. And as a massage therapist, I really acted out. So this is, I believe, something that it can be built, it can be done. Nobody done it so far, incredibly. So I really don't know what's gonna happen. I know that it's gonna be difficult. And I pretty much never mentioned this thing about MI Vision because I knew that it was fair too complex to put it out straight. In the meantime, that I was talking about Kimopolo. But this is it. This is in the era of coronavirus, so to say. So when everyone is frenzied, when in Italy, in northern Italy, there are so many problems all over the world. I mean, economy is trembling. Even the Olympics are in the maybe. And in UK, where I am talking from, in London, there is still kind of a pragmatic um, approach to an instance that is indeed touching everyone, but we don't know yet how deeply and for how long. So, in this environment, um, my priorities want to change in better because roughly today, in these days, I have been um, working for the last 6 months, I considered, on a deeper focus on what to do. And the more you know, the more you understand some things might be wrong. And it is wrong to tell a lie, and it is wrong to believe in a lie. I really need a distribution. I might need an angel investor. Whatever is the solution, I am not giving up. I am not giving in. I am persisting, endurance, but in a different way. And that's why martial attitude will more and more become focusing on martial vision. You always know that Zen in pure 100% linen, we are handcrafting Zen linen suit for women, for men and women. And for Kimopolo, we are working on having the best possible product, but it is work in progress. This is an important statement. Even the website is gonna change. It's gonna change in order to better qualify what is now happening and what is gonna happen tomorrow. And I have mentioned a couple of times this idea of going on Patreon, and this is about happening in the following days because I understand very much through my own experience how important it is for any creative person, any artist, any entrepreneur at the beginning of their career, how important it is to have a backup, to have a stream of resources, to do anything, to do research, to do tries, to do experiments, but also to connect, to travel, to answer the phone, and of course to take care of their beloved. So I don't want to subsidize my project, but I really understand that maybe martial attitude is more than just a Kimopolo. Kimopolo is an expression, is a physical item, is an object, is a creation of design of an idea which is really about a mindset, is really about a lifestyle, is really about a creed in doing better, in being better. in helping better. So I invite you to comment, to share as soon as I get it done, to visit my new Patreon page, Martial Attitude, and to get intrigued by martial vision and how I want to conduct these training program for visually impaired and blind people. I thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. Supporters, ambassadors, family, crafters, manufacturers, friends. You have done so much so far, and it's not finished. We are just at the beginning. I can promise that I'm not letting you down. I'm just changing the priorities. Kimopolo martial attitude is more. Martial attitude, again, is about a mindset. I am martial attitude. Catch you soon.